This message is for you. Is it over between you and me? Please answer. I've been asking this question for so long, and the silence has become louder than any words you could ever say. Every day I wake up wondering if what we had still exists somewhere beneath the distance, beneath the confusion, beneath the walls that have somehow grown between us. I never thought I would be sitting here asking this question. I never imagined that the person who once felt so close to my soul would one day feel so far away. Yet here I am, searching for answers in memories, looking for signs in places where certainty used to live. Tell me, is it really over between you and me? Because my heart keeps refusing to accept what my eyes are seeing. There was a time when your energy felt connected to mine. There was a time when I could feel your presence without hearing your voice. There was a time when every thought of you brought comfort instead of questions. Now every thought comes with uncertainty. I wonder if you think about me the way I think about you. I wonder if my name still crosses your mind unexpectedly. I wonder if certain songs remind you of us. I wonder if you ever stop what you're doing and suddenly feel a strange pull toward me. Most of all, I wonder if you're asking yourself the same question. Is it over? People tell me that when something ends, you know. They say closure arrives like a final chapter. They say the heart eventually accepts reality, but what happens when reality never speaks? What happens when there is no goodbye? What happens when two people drift apart without ever deciding to let go? That's where I find myself, somewhere between holding on and moving on, somewhere between hope and acceptance, somewhere between yesterday and tomorrow. I have tried to convince myself that I should stop caring. I have tried to focus on my own journey. I have tried to silence the part of me that still believes there is something unfinished between us, but every time I think I have reached the end of that feeling, it finds me again, not because I want to be trapped in the past. Not because I refuse to grow, but because some connections leave a mark that time cannot erase. You left a mark on my soul, and whether you realize it or not, that mark is still there. I remember the moments when everything felt effortless. I remember the conversations that lasted for hours. I remember the laughter. I remember the dreams. I remember the feeling that somehow, in a world filled with billions of people, we had found each other. Maybe that's why this hurts, because it's hard to understand how something that felt so real can become so distant. Sometimes I ask myself if I imagined it all. Maybe I misunderstood the connection. Maybe I saw something that wasn't really there. Maybe I gave meaning to moments that meant nothing to you. But then I remember the way things felt, and feelings like that don't come from imagination alone. There was something, whether it was love, destiny, timing, or simply two souls crossing paths for a reason, there was something. That's why I need an answer, not because I want to force anything, not because I want to create pressure, but because uncertainty can become its own kind of heartbreak. A clear answer may hurt, but endless questions hurt more. If it's over, tell me. If you've moved on, tell me. If your heart no longer feels what it once felt, tell me. I may not like the answer. I may cry. I may struggle. But at least I will know. At least I won't spend another night wondering. at least I won't keep searching for meaning in silence. And if it's not over, if there is still something left between us, if you still feel the connection but don't know how to express it, then tell me that too, because life is too short for unfinished conversations. Life is too short for assumptions. Life is too short for two hearts to remain silent when they still have something to say. I've spent so much time replaying our story. I've gone back to moments that probably mean nothing to anyone else but mean everything to me. I've analyzed words. I've analyzed actions. I've searched for clues. I've searched for understanding. Yet no matter how much I think, I keep arriving at the same place, the same question, the same longing, the same uncertainty. Is it over between you and me? Maybe you're afraid of the answer. Maybe you're afraid of what happens next. Maybe you're protecting yourself. Maybe you're protecting me. Or maybe you've already answered the question in your own heart, and I'm the only one still waiting. If that's true, I hope one day I find the strength to accept it, because despite everything, I want peace for both of us. I don't want resentment. I don't want bitterness. I don't want anger. I simply want truth. Truth has a way of setting people free. Even when it hurts, especially when it hurts. There are nights when I look at the sky and wonder if you're looking at it too. There are moments when I feel your energy so strongly that it almost feels impossible that we're disconnected. And then there are days when the distance feels endless. Days when reality whispers that maybe things have changed forever. Those are the hardest days. The days when hope and doubt battle inside my heart. The days when memories feel both beautiful and painful. The days when I miss you without knowing whether I have the right to miss you anymore. Still, through all of it, one thing remains true. I care. Maybe that's my weakness. Maybe that's my strength. Either way, it's the truth. I care about you. I care about your happiness. I care about your healing. I care about the dreams you're chasing. I care about the person you're becoming. And because I care, I can't pretend this question doesn't exist. I can't pretend I don't want an answer. So I'm asking one more time. Not with anger. Not with desperation. But with honesty. Is it over between you and me? Please answer. If the chapter has ended, let me know. If the story still has pages left, let me know. If you need time, let me know. If you need space, let me know. If you've moved on, let me know. If you still feel something, let me know. Anything is easier than silence. Because silence leaves room for 1,000 possibilities, and most of those possibilities become fears. I don't want to fear anymore. I don't want to guess anymore. I don't want to spend another day wondering what exists inside your heart. I just want the truth, the simple truth, whatever it may be. And until that answer comes, a part of me will continue carrying this question. A part of me will continue wondering. A part of me will continue remembering, not because I'm trapped in the past, but because some connections matter enough to deserve clarity. So if this message somehow reaches your heart, listen carefully. I'm not asking for promises. I'm not asking for forever. I'm not asking you to become someone you're not. I'm only asking for honesty, because honesty is the greatest gift one soul can give another. Tell me, is it over between you and me? Or are we both standing on opposite sides of the same silence, waiting for someone to speak first?